So, we've got an old system sitting right here. And what does an SSD, some canned air, and a wireless USB dongle have to do with anything? Well, it's time for us to upgrade this system today. Take a look inside of this thing real quick, though. I mean, the cable management is hideous. It's covered in dust. This graphics card is a joke. Oh, and what is this down here? A mechanical hard drive and a system in 2017? I think not. It's time for us to upgrade this system. So, this system has a lot to be, well, desired with. Like we said, the cable management is a mess, but most importantly right now, this thing is just... it's disgusting. Now, I've seen worse, but it's still disgusting. So the first thing we need to do is take our canned air and blow this thing out. Alright, so we've kind of blown this out. Oh my goodness, so much dust in the air. Anyway, so this is why it's really important to clean your systems out like every now and then. So what we're actually going to do, we're going to start kind of taking this thing apart. So we're going to pull out our, God forbid, our mechanical hard drive. Oh goodness. Alright, so, there we go. So, we take our mechanical hard drive out. You know what? This thing actually isn't horrible. This is a 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue, and we're actually going to be putting this back into the system as a secondary like storage drive. So, set that off to the side. All right, so we're going to take the screw out for our graphics card here. So, I talked with Zach, our resident hardware specialist, or our chief of hardware. Actually, that's his correct title. And he assured me that this graphics card that's in here, this is a ATI Radeon graphics card. I don't remember exactly what it is, but he assured me that this thing is kind of a joke nowadays. So, I probably agree with him. It's like 10 years old. We've got... so, now this is an important thing when you're taking apart a system, is get your phone, take pictures of where things are plugged in and stuff like that. Because you can always go back in and reference them. So I've taken this cooler off before, and it was definitely, it was, didn't look good underneath it. So, take that off. It looks better now that we've kind of blown it out a little bit, but yeah. So we'll end up blowing that out. And, oh man, look at all this in here though. That is just horrible. Okay, this is a bad idea, but... No. Why do I do this to myself? Alright. Gonna disconnect our drives here. This actually looks like it has 2 drives in it. We've got... we're going to have to work on the cable management of this thing. So... there we go. We're going to take our power supply out as well. This is actually not a horrible power supply. For a OEM system, I guess-ish. I think, what did I say the other day? 425 watts. So, oh, I knew that was coming with all of the dust in the air. All right. Well, as you can kind of see the jumble of stuff over here, and so we got the system pretty well taken apart and everything. So anyway, so we got it blown out for the most part pretty decently well. Maybe a couple other things to do. Just threw the front cover back on, the drive's back in place. So we got a couple other things to get cleaned up, and then we're going to start putting it back together. All right, so with the exception of the brand new SSD and whatever else we're going to put in here at some point, I believe it's back together. Cable management in this case is still, well, there's a lot to be desired with it. Kind of tried to do the best we could with this case. It's not great, but now what we're going to do, we've got everything back in here. We got it all cleaned up and everything, so we're going to hook it up and just with the mechanical hard drive for now and make sure it posts and boots and everything. And alright, so we got it all hooked back up and everything. Moment of truth to see whether or not it's going to post. So, your power button. Hey, it posts. Alright, so system's off. We made sure it posted everything. We got our drive all cleaned up. SSD is now in, so now it's time to install our operating system. So we've got the operating system right here, Windows 10 Professional. Well, Windows 10 ISO 64-bit right here on the flash drive. So we're going to plug this in. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to load our system up here, head into our boot menu here, and install this off of the USB drive. Anytime you get a chance to install Windows off of a USB drive, do it. It is so much quicker than like using a CD. Alright, so we got Windows 10 set up on here. Our product key all activated and everything is good there. We are installing Office right now. We've installed a couple other things. Spybot Anti-Beacon. One of the most important programs we put on here. It's supposed to block all the telemetry data that Microsoft collects. We also put security software on here. But now it's just time for us to load up all the software that we want on here. And then we also went through and uninstalled all the what I would consider to be crapware that Microsoft installs on the system. So that's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Get subscribed if you haven't done that already. Turn on the bell so you get notifications for whenever we upload a new video. That's going to do it for this one. My name's been Carlos. We'll see you next time here on TechBeam.